emphasized the importance of collective vigilance in ensuring a safer society. Addressing participants, the chairman of Egbeda local government, Honorable Sikiru Sanda, described security as a collective responsibility that requires the commitment and cooperation of all stakeholders. He assured residents that his administration will continue to support lawful initiatives aimed at strengthening security and sustaining collaboration with government agencies, security formations, traditional institutions, and community groups.
Before this time, we've ensured that on a monthly basis, we do hold our security meeting in Egbeda local government, where we discuss the security issue that can be happening on regular basis. And that one has been helping us seriously. That of the 3 local government we have in Oyo State, Egbeda local government are one of the most peaceful so far. And we thank God. And we are not going to relent on that.
Speaking on the achievements of his administration in the security sector, Honorable Sanda highlighted the construction of police stations, the establishment of an Amatekun office, and the distribution of more than 20 motorcycles to security operatives to enhance patrol and response capabilities. Also speaking, former Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Elder Wole Oyelese, alongside several traditional rulers, stressed that unity and effective security measures are essential for peaceful coexistence and sustainable development. They noted that only through collective efforts can residents live without fear and enjoy lasting peace.
Security is a local affair. If your immediate environment is secure, the whole nation is secure. In this wise, I'm talking about beginning from the village level to be coordinated by each local government council.
Security as it is cannot be guaranteed in an open space like this. We still call very small security gathering, where all the ideas thrown open air, it be concretized into action.
The meeting featured a roundtable discussion during which conventional and non-conventional security agencies exchanged ideas and proposed practical strategies for addressing various security challenges confronting communities in the local government area.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, Oyo State Chapter, and Chairman of Egbeda Local Government, Honorable Sikiru Sanda, has commended Governor Seyi Makinde for what they described as remarkable strides in the development of the state, particularly with respect to security. Honorable Sanda made the remarks while featuring as a guest on BCOS Television's Yoruba political discourse program, Gbagede Oshelu. BCOS reporter Olamide Owolabi monitored the program. Here is a report.
The BCOS Yoruba political discourse program, Gbagede Oshelu, featured the chairman of Egbeda local government and chairman of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, Oyo State Chapter, Honorable Sikiru Sanda. Speaking on concerns over the performance of local governments, Honorable Sanda maintained that many of the challenges confronting local councils are linked to issues at the federal level. He also expressed concern over reports of alleged financial irregularities involving the Nigerian Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, questioning why relevant authorities had yet to provide adequate explanations on the matter. Addressing the agitation for state creation, Honorable Sanda argued that Oyo State has been disadvantaged over the years, noting that while some states have undergone further division, no additional state has been created from Oyo State. He further highlighted various developmental projects and achievements recorded by local governments across the state in the last 2 years. On the issue of local government autonomy, the ALGON chairman stressed the need for stronger political will and stakeholder engagement to ensure the effective implementation of policies that will strengthen grassroots governance.
In Oyo State, local government is perfectly okay. And I want to believe that we are working in collaboration with the government based on what is embedded in the Nigeria Constitution to have a joint account to ensure that developmental projects are touching around the people and the grassroots. So I don't see anything bad in the local government autonomy. As long as it's well implemented, we are ready for it.
Assessing the administration of Governor Seyi Makinde, Honorable Sonda said the governor has recorded significant achievements in infrastructure, security, and grassroots development, making communities across the state more conducive for residents. He described Governor Makinde as a firm and principled leader who places a premium on transparency and accountability, noting that regular audits of local government councils by the Local Government Service Commission have helped to promote prudent management of public resources.
The effort he has been putting all along to ensure that all people and the properties in Oyo State are in the safe hand. And you can see that he has not been relented in his effort to keep all our security agencies and even to support all the local government chairmen to ensure that there is a peaceful coexistence in our various local governments.
Honorable Sonda also sympathized with the residents of Orive local government area over the recent abduction of students and teachers, expressing hope for safe return of all victims and assuring residents of continued efforts by government and security agencies to tackle insecurity. Olamide Owolabi, BCOS News.
However, while many Nigerians marked Democracy Day with reflections on the nation's democratic journey, residents of Ogumosho and surrounding communities had little cause for celebration as concerns over insecurity and the continued captivity of abducted victims overshadowed the occasion. Nearly a month after the attack on schools in Orire local government area of Oyo State, families and communities are still awaiting the safe return of those kidnapped during the incident. BCOS correspondent Adiremi Akamu sampled the views of residents. His report is presented by Adebayo Abdurrafi.
The observance of Nigeria's 27 years of uninterrupted democratic rule was subdued across Ogumosho zone as residents continued to grapple with the aftermath of the May 15 attack on 3 educational institutions in Orire local government area. The affected schools, Community High School, Ahuru Esiele, LA Basic School, Ahuru Esiele, and First Baptist Church, Nursery and Primary School, Yawota. The attack, which resulted in the killing and abduction of innocent persons, has continued to cast a shadow over the communities, with many residents expressing concern over the fate of those still being held captive, despite efforts by the federal and Oyo State governments, as well as security agencies. Several abductees remain in captivity weeks after the incident, leaving families and the wider community in anguish. The attack sparked widespread reactions across the state, including protests, solidarity walks, and the temporary closure of primary and secondary schools, both public and private. Speaking with BCOS News, community leaders, religious leaders, and education stakeholders renewed their appeal to government and security agencies to intensify efforts towards securing the release of the victims. The zonal chairman of the Nigeria Union of Teachers, Ogumosho Zone, Mr. Adebisi Adeyinka, and the zonal chairman of the All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, ANCOPS, Ogumosho Zone, Mr. Toyin Akinrinwa, commended the Oyo State government for its commitment since the incident occurred. They, however, appealed to the state government and relevant authorities to redouble efforts to secure the release of the abducted principal, teachers, and students, describing their safe return as the greatest source of relief and joy for the education community.
We want to also use this opportunity to appreciate all the government officials and all the security agencies. I want to say that June 12th, we are not happy because our people are nowhere to be found. And we pray that our joy is for our people to be released, to be rescued or harmed.
Also speaking, Reverend Samson Ologunde of Christ Apostolic Church, Majemu, and the Imam of Gambari, Sheikh Al-Hassan Size, said prayers remained essential in overcoming the current challenge. They noted that the prevailing mood in Ogumosho was one of concern and mourning rather than celebration, urging residents to continue praying for the safe return of the victims. The clerics encouraged residents not to lose hope, expressing confidence that the victims will return safely. Similarly, the traditional ruler of Abogunde, Oba Tajuddin Aminulai, and the traditional ruler of Orile Aipo, Oba Thomas Onolapo Ajadi, described the entire Ogbomoso zone as being in a state of grief over the incident. The monarchs called on governments at all levels and security agencies to intensify ongoing efforts and explore all lawful options capable of facilitating the release of the abductees. They also urged community leaders and stakeholders across the zone to set aside their differences and work together in the collective interest of securing the release of the victims and restoring peace to the affected communities.
To prevent the breakdown of law and order, security personnel were stationed at Taki Square of Ogbomoso during the Democracy Day protest. The protest was to pressure the man for the rescue of abducted victims of the May 15 attack in Orire local government area of the state. Vehicular movement was partially prevented at Taki in the Ogbomoso area of the state over the protest staged by some youths in Ogbomoso. The protesters carrying placards with very different inscriptions, singing solidarity songs. Officers of police force, Operation Burst, and the NSCDC monitored the protest to prevent breach of peace. Speaking with BCOS News, representatives of the protesters, Kehinde Adeyemi and Oluwatoyin Ogunla, said the protest was to appeal to the state and federal governments to intensify efforts on continued commitment to rescue all abducted victims. Acknowledging that victims have spent 29 days passing through traumatizing situations, they called on concerned stakeholders not to relent on their efforts to secure rescue of the principal, teachers, and students unharmed. The chairman of Oluyole local government and aspirant of the Allied People's Movement, APM, for the Oluyole federal constituency in the forthcoming general elections, engineer Akim Olatunji, has undertaken an assessment visit to Academy Diroko Adewole communities in the council area. Engineer Olatunji was accompanied by the Oyo State Central Senatorial candidate of the APM, Ambassador Adebayo Oguntoyinbo, alongside other party leaders in the Oluyole local government. BCOS reporter Adebayo Abdurrafi, who accompanied the delegation, has more.
Road infrastructure remains a critical factor in the socio-economic development of any community. Where roads are in poor condition, residents often face challenges that hinder economic activities and access to essential services. For residents of the Academy Idiroko Adewole axis in Oluyole local government area of Oyo State, the condition of the road has continued to pose significant challenges to transportation and commercial activities.
This place, some people will park at Tasca before coming, take a bike and come to see us here. Even with bike, there are a lot of injuries from the people riding the motorcycle.
Conducive for us for this our area. People said they have repaired this road for a long period, and it's going to take another 10 years before they repair it. And we have been suffering here. And people are campaigning, we should vote for you, we should vote for right, we should vote for left. What's the problem? Help us do the road, maintain the road, do the road for us, so that we enjoy your democracy.
The Baale of Idiroko Adewole, Alhaji Sikiru Ogunkeye, explained that members of the community had on several occasions contributed funds towards the maintenance of the road. He noted, however, that despite their efforts, the interventions had yielded little success in making the road fully motorable.
Most of our community donate the money to repair the drainage and road all the times. That is why we are calling the government to help us.
Moved by the concerns raised by residents, the Oyo Central Senatorial candidate of the APM, Ambassador Ajadi Oguntoyinbo, alongside the chairman of Oluyole local government and House of Representatives aspirant, Engineer Akim Olatunji, visited the area with other party stakeholders. During the visit, Ambassador Oguntoyinbo pledged to provide 50 truckloads of laterite to improve the condition of the road, while Engineer Olatunji promised to make earth-moving equipment available to support the rehabilitation efforts and ease the difficulties faced by residents.
Pray that by the grace of God and the support of our other candidates that is contesting the next election, we are going to provide them palliative of 50 trucks for them to maintain that road pending the time that the government will come and fix it for them. So that is why we are here today.
We are not concerned either it's federal or state or local road. So that's why I had to bring our people, that's our leaders, so that we can have a look at it. For now, to offer palliative measures by assisting the community, because the community has been trying their very best.
The Academy Idiroko Adewale Road is a major route linking parts of Oyo State with neighboring Ogun State and serves as an important corridor for residents and businesses. Meanwhile, the delegation had earlier attended a party meeting in Ward 7 of Oluyole local government, where members reaffirmed the alliance between the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the Allied People's Movement, APM. Among party stakeholders present at the meeting were the Oyo State Commissioner for Public Works and Transport, Architect Abdul Majid Mugonjubola, member of the BCOS Management Board, Honorable Akin Ajao, and a former chairman of Oluyole local government, Honorable Setu Olaide. Adebayo Abdurafi, BCOS News.
As part of efforts to improve access to healthcare services, Chairman of SIP Holdings, Dr. Oladokun Olatunde, has organized the free medical outreach for residents of Ede in Osun State. The outreach offered over 120 beneficiaries access to free medical screenings, consultations, and medications. BCOS reporter Olamide Wolabi brings details from the outreach held at Adventist Grammar School, Ede.
Access to quality healthcare remains a vital component of healthy and productive society. However, many people still face challenges in obtaining basic medical services. To bridge this gap, the chairman of SIP Holdings, Dr. Oladokun Olatunde, in collaboration with the 1981 set of Adventist Grammar School, Ede, organized a medical outreach aimed at giving back to their alma mater and providing free healthcare services to members of the public. The outreach attracted over 120 residents of Ede, who turned out in large numbers to benefit from the initiative. Services rendered included general medical consultations, blood pressure and blood sugar checks, as well as dental care services. Speaking with BCOS News on the importance of the outreach, the head of the medical team, Dr. Mighty Felix, explained that the initiative would help many people become more conscious of their health status and contribute to building a healthier society. He charged members of the public to take their health seriously by going for regular medical checkups to ensure early detection and treatment of health challenges.
It's very important that people pay attention to their health. Like the saying goes, health is wealth. And what we've done here today is just to provide free checkups for people. We've done their vitals, we've done some blood tests, hepatitis B, C, retroviral status, as well as the blood sugar. This will just help people to know the state of their health. Most times it happens that we're not so particular about our health, and most of the killer diseases today are very silent diseases. Hypertension is called a silent killer. From what we've done today, we've seen people who are just getting to know they're hypertensive or they have one condition or the other that without this checkup they would not have known. So with what we have done, those that have come to know their health status can pursue a better living habits.
A representative of the 1981 set, Engineer Ademola Olagunju, said the outreach was organized as a way of giving back to their alma mater and its host community, while also supporting residents who may not have easy access to quality healthcare services.
We thought it wise to give back to the school and the community at large. That's why we are organizing this in conjunction of SIP.
Some of the beneficiaries also expressed appreciation to the organizers for the gesture, saying it had helped them better understand their health status and access needed to medical attention.
I want to say a big thanks unto them and their organization as well. I want to pray that higher and higher grant is their portion. As they are taking good care of others, Almighty God will take care of them.
I have to thank the organizers of the program because they have really tried their best possible on us, and it shall be well with them.
Apart from the free medical screening services, medications were also distributed to beneficiaries at no cost. Olamide Wolabi, BCOS News.
Health experts have continued to emphasize the importance of regular fruit consumption as part of a healthy lifestyle. However, rising food prices and prevailing economic challenges are making it increasingly difficult for many Nigerians to include fruits in their daily diets. In this report, Abimbola Shawande examines the health benefits of fruits and whether residents can still afford them. The report is presented by Olubumi Lawal.
Of a balanced diet, providing vital vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants needed for healthy living. Speaking with BCOS News, a principal research officer at the National Institute of Horticultural Research and Training, NIOT, Ibadan, Mrs. Adebisi Akinriola, described fruits as indispensable for maintaining good health and strengthening the body's immune system. According to her, regular consumption of fruits can help prevent certain illnesses and health conditions, advising individuals to consume at least 5 servings of different fruits daily as part of healthy eating habits.
Fruits, ideally, the standard is to take at least 5 types of fruits every day. And this is because, we have different types of fruits with different colors. And interestingly, even the colors of each fruit signify what we call phytochemicals, which are also very important to our dietary health. Many of our fruits contain fiber, which aids the gastrointestinal tract and allows food to move freely so that it prevents constipation.
Mrs. Akinriola further explained that inadequate fruit intake could deprive the body of essential nutrients required for growth, development, and disease prevention. She noted that fruits can also be prepared as salads or smoothies, serving as healthy meal alternatives that provide nourishment and satisfaction for several hours.
There are consequences of not taking enough fruits, especially on a daily basis. Some are depending on the body, like I talked about constipation, diseases of the eye. I talked about kidney stones, when the kidney is not flushing well due to non-hydration. Depending on the body, you can actually have a fruit meal, a full cup of smoothie, although it may not last more than 1 or 2 hours in the body, but it's a meal. So the idea is you can replace one of your meals with fruit meal.
A market survey conducted by BCOS News in Ibadan revealed that fruit prices vary depending on the type, season, and prevailing market conditions. At some fruit stores visited, oranges sold for about 6 pieces at 500 naira, mangoes for 4 pieces at 1,000 naira, bananas between 300 and 700 naira per bunch, apples between 400 and 700 naira each, while coconuts range from 700 to 1,000 naira depending on size. Fruit sellers told BCOS News that patronage has declined compared to previous years as many customers now purchase fruits in smaller quantities.
wọ́n ń rà àwọn tó ń ṣe júùsì náà wọ́n ń rà.
gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń tà yìí kò yá ṣùgbọ́n kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe pé akọ̀ǹforítì ni. tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn á ti ní bá wájú mi á ti tà tán láyé sàárọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n gbà tí ó jà yẹn ò yálẹ̀ fi bá wájú mi.
àlẹ́ ìṣòwò mọ́tò tí wọ́n owó epo wọn ò jẹ́ bá nira àgbọ̀n mọ́ o wọn ò dá kókónọ́ọ̀tì mọ́ owó ọkọ̀ ó ti wọ́n jù epo ó ti wọ́n jù ọjà ò wá yá mọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ wá di. ká gbé láti bíbá lọ sí Bàdágìrì ká bá ti ń bọ̀ owó ọkọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ owó ọkọ̀ wọ́n tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn double decker
Some consumers expressed concern over the increasing cost of fruits, saying the current economic situation has significantly reduced their purchasing power. They noted that although they understand the health benefits of fruits, financial constraints now compel them to buy smaller quantities than they previously did.
Prices is just, it fluctuates. There are times you will come this week, you will get it lesser. At times you will get it more. But like this week now, it seems to be almost the same price of what we bought last.
As the cost of living continues to rise, health experts are encouraging Nigerians to prioritize fruit consumption by taking advantage of affordable, locally available, and seasonal varieties to maintain good health and overall well-being.
Over now to the sports segment of the news. Please stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment. I am Buluwaji Ogumola. The Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) has scheduled a one-day orientation workshop for the 4 newly promoted clubs ahead of the 2026-2027 season. The promoted clubs are Sporting Lagos, Doma United, Ranchers Bees, and Inter Lagos. The workshop will hold on Friday, June 26, 2026. MPFL Chief Operating Officer Davison Omi said the session is designed to acquaint the clubs with operations of the top-tier league. Each club is expected to send 2 officials, not below the rank of chairman and general manager. Representatives will be allowed to seek clarifications on any issues they find confusing. The MPFL said it will provide copies of the league's frameworks and rules and take clubs through club licensing regulations implementation. It will be recalled that the workshop is the first in a series of precision activities planned toward the kickoff of the 2026-2027 campaign. Super Eagles midfielder Joseph Ayodele Aribo has been released by Championship club Southampton Football Club following the expiration of his contract. Aribo was on the books of Southampton for 4 years. The midfielder arrived at the St. Mary's Stadium from Scottish Premiership giants Rangers in 2022. The 29-year-old spent the second half of the season on loan with another Championship club, Leicester City. He made 6 appearances for the Foxes, starting only 1 game. Aribo scored 9 goals in 95 league appearances for Southampton Football Club. And to World Cup stories, Ghana midfielder Thomas Partey will miss his country's opening World Cup match against Panama in Toronto after being denied entry into Canada. The 32-year-old, who is part of Ghana's squad and currently plays for Spanish club Villarreal, was expected to travel with the team from their training base in Boston. However, his visa application was rejected by Canadian authorities, preventing him from entering the country for the fixture. FIFA on Friday confirmed the development and clarified that it does not intervene in immigration decisions taken by host nations. Partey's absence is a significant blow for Ghana ahead of their group stage opener, given his experience and importance in midfield. The player has pleaded not guilty to 7 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault relating to allegations from 4 women between 2020 and 2022. He is scheduled to stand trial next year. Ghana are now expected to adjust their midfield plans as they prepare for their opening fixture against Panama, with further squad decisions likely ahead of kickoff. Brazil's head coach Carlo Ancelotti has announced that Neymar Jr. will be unavailable for their opening match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup against Morocco. Brazil will commence their tournament at the MetLife Stadium tonight. Despite facing a series of injuries recently, Neymar received a call-up to the 26-man squad. Although he has not represented the national team since 2023, Ancelotti chose to support him. However, it has now been officially confirmed that Neymar will not participate in the match against Morocco. After the match with Morocco, Brazil will face Haiti and Scotland in Group C. Should Neymar recover in time, there is hope that he will be able to gain some valuable playing time against these teams. And that's sports. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Buluwaji. On the foreign scene, 5 Indian Air Force personnel have been killed after the aircraft they were traveling in crashed in the northeastern Indian state of Assam. Foreign news editor Falashade Akintola compiled details of the incident and other foreign stories. Our report is presented by Bimbo Akmabi.
The Antonov AN-32 transport plane met with an accident during a routine sortie in Assam's Jorhat region, the Indian Air Force said in a statement on Saturday. Crash site management and initial inquiries are on at this time, the Air Force wrote, adding that an investigation to determine the cause of the accident was underway. News channel NDTV broadcast images of the crash site showing a thick black plume of smoke and the aircraft apparently broken into pieces. India's Air Force operates a fleet of about 105 AN-32 aircrafts to transport people and cargo. The last major crash involving the twin-engine turboprop took place in 2019 in Arunachal Pradesh state near the border with China when 13 people were killed. Israeli air raids across southern Lebanon have killed at least 5 people as attacks continue despite a United States brokered ceasefire. Lebanon's national news agency NNA reported that 1 person was killed in an airstrike targeting the town of Marrakeh in the Tyre district. Ali Badi, the mayor of Arian municipality, was killed in an Israeli attack on the area in the Jazain district of southern Lebanon. 3 people were killed in the towns of Deir al-Zarani and Kafir Liman in Nabatia district. Meanwhile, Israeli attacks at dawn demolished homes and government buildings in southern Lebanon's Bint Jbeil, according to the NNA. The Israeli military also threatened residents of 24 Lebanese towns and villages to leave their homes immediately and move north of the Zarani River. The attacks come after an announcement by Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif on Friday that the United States and Iran have agreed on the wording of an agreement aimed at ending their war and that mediators were working with both sides to finalize a deal. Finally, the funeral of Iran's late Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei will begin in Tehran on July 4 and will be buried in his hometown of Mashhad on July 9, according to state media. The burial, initially scheduled for March but postponed as the US and Israeli war with Iran dragged on, will follow 3 days of funeral ceremonies in Tehran from July 4 and another in the holy city of Qom on July 7. Khamenei, 86, was killed in a joint US-Israeli airstrike on his compound in February. Khamenei led Iran from 1989 following the death of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, who had spearheaded the Islamic Revolution a decade earlier. While Khomeini was the ideological force behind the revolution that ended the rule of the Pahlavi monarchy, Khamenei shaped the military and paramilitary apparatus. His successor, son, Mojtaba Khamenei, has remained out of public view since the US-Israel war began. Bimbo Akambi, BCOS News.
To end news around the world, here again are the top stories. The Katsina state government has announced that retired Major General Rabi Abubakar has passed away while being held captive by bandits. Communities across Oyo State have been urged to establish neighborhood watch groups that will collaborate effectively with security agencies to tackle crime and strengthen public safety. On the foreign scene, 5 Indian Air Force personnel have been killed after the aircraft they were traveling in crashed in the northeastern Indian state of Assam. BCOS TV is now on Niger TV app, and you can watch us from any part of the world. The BCOS website is also live. Kindly visit www.bcostv.com. Alternatively, you can watch us on GoTV, channel 134, and on StarTimes, channel 113. Now, before I go, if you see something suspicious, alert the authorities for timely response. Be vigilant. That's the news around the world. On behalf of the production team, thank you for watching. Good night.
òòṣà mọ̀létí Alhaji Lamidi Àkànjí Àríbí Adédìbú abatabutu olóde òkúta bòkèdí ẹ̀sọ́ ògùn làyà ìdá méjì Ìbàdàn tí wọ́n ń pè lẹ́nìkóso ọ̀pọ̀ ló dẹni ìdẹni ẹ̀yẹ nípasẹ̀ Lamidi Àkànjí Àríbí Adédìbú àgbáríjọpọ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó ti mú omi ìmọ̀ òṣèlú lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Lamidi Àkànjí Àríbí Adédìbú ṣe tán láti ṣe àkànṣe àdúrà fún bàbá bó ṣe ń pé ọdún kejìdínlógún tí bàbá papòdà bákan náà ni wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé alágbára grand reunion ọjọ́ Wednesday June 17 ní ó wáyé nílé bàbá wa number 1 Adédìbú close Mọ̀lété Ìbàdàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 12 ọ̀sán Alhaji Chief Nureni Akabi ni chairman planning committee àwọn olùgbàlejò Professor Abbas Adédìbú Alhaji Hakeem Adédìbú àti Alhaja Madinat Abosede Adédìbú gbogbo ẹni tó ti mú omi ìmọ̀ òṣèlú lọ́dọ̀ Àkànjí Àríbí Adédìbú là ń pè ẹ̀jẹ̀ àfoore san oore.
Nigeria, we've always been a communal nation. But how do we prove this and how do we access essential services? Introducing Local Government Proof of Address Initiative. It's your key to a more secure and prosperous future. With the POA initiative, it has become easy to track and prevent crimes. Imagine this, a customized verifiable proof of address issued by your own local government where you reside. No more guesswork.
With my new proof of address, getting a bank loan was so easy. It was easy to know exactly where I live and I felt so secure.
I used mine to regularize my business. It was fast, efficient, and the officials were on hand to help me with the process.
This is about a verifiable system that unlocks opportunities for everyone. The Local Government Proof of Address Initiative secures your future. Prove your address and help build a better Nigeria. Visit your local post offices and selected registration centers today.
Announcer, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, NIPOST and Algon.
The fifth. Dídùn ni ìrántí olódodo. Ó pé 30 ọdún tí màmá wa Rebecca Morawo Akinyele fi ayé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yìí sílẹ̀ lọ sinmi láyà olùgbàlà. Kòkòrò kò jẹ́ ká gbádùn obì tó gbó, ikú kò jẹ́ ká gbádùn màmá wa onínúure, abiyamọ tòótọ́. Iṣẹ́ rere àti ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tí ẹ fi kọ́ wa nígbà tí ẹ wà láyé jẹ́ ohun ìwúrí àti àwòkọ́ṣe rere fún àwọn ọmọ yín. Iwájú tí ẹ dojú kọ dára, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yìn tí ẹ fi sílẹ̀ ní 30 ọdún sẹ́yìn náà kò bàjẹ́, lójoojúmọ́ ló ń dára sí i. A tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún ìgbésí ayé rere tí ẹ gbé nígbà tí ẹ wà lókè ìpẹ́. Màmá wa Rebecca Morawo Akinyele, onínúure tó fẹ́ràn àwọn ọmọ àti gbogbo ènìyàn. Àwa ọmọ rẹ àti ọmọ ọmọ ń ṣe ìrántí rẹ. Ètò ìsìn ìdúpẹ́ 30 ọdún pàtàkì ní ìrántí màmá wa yóò wáyé ní ọ̀la ọjọ́ ìsinmi ọjọ́ 14 oṣù kẹfà ọdún yìí nínú ìjọ Bishop Oyèbọ̀dé Memorial Agugu ọ̀rẹ́ méjì Ìbàdàn dédé aago 10 òwúrọ̀. Lẹ́yìn èyí ni àwẹ̀jẹwẹ̀mu yóò wáyé ní Lagelu Grammar School Hall Agugu ọ̀rẹ́ méjì Ìbàdàn. Ẹ máa sinmi láyà olùgbàlà títí di ọjọ́ àjíǹde tí ìpínyà kò ní sí mọ́. Sunre o, olùkéde àwọn ọmọ.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is here. Watch all 104 matches live on Star Times from the opening match to the final showdown.
And this time, it's not just watching, it's watch and win.
Subscribe or buy a Star Times decoder and stand a chance to win the 10 million naira grand prize. Plus many exciting prizes nationwide with subscription packages starting from just 4,000 naira. Recharge now via Star Times app or visit any Star Times office or dealer outlet near you.
Star Times, enjoy digital life.
Adédìbú lọ nìyẹn àwa ò rí mọ́.
Àkànjí Àríbí abatabutu olóde òkúta bòkè díẹ̀ sóògùn láyà. Ó pé ọdún 18 tí bàbá wa